What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? This is JP, and I'm going to tell you my full MEDBED experience. You know, a lot of people come up to me and ask me, hey, JP, how was that experience? You know, what happened to you? So I'm going to tell you the full experience. I know I did this update before, but I'm going to tell you more in deep sense what happened, okay? I enter into a base. I drive into the base. You know, I wanted to go to the commissary, okay, to buy some stuff because it's better. So when I'm entering the base, I see a black car parked on the side, you know, and I'm always have my head on a swivel, and I drove and I saw the black car, and then I see a hand that comes out and it does like this. All right, and I'm like, alrighty then, okay, what's going on? So I park right next to the car, and the guy looks at me and he says, follow me. And I'm like, shucks, it's gonna be one of those days. In one of the biggest Air Force base in the world, I was like, man, I'm going to go through an experience. So I started following this guy, you know, randomly. But I kind of felt peace because I know how the process works. You know, you have to really read the atmosphere and understand that once you enter the base or you leave your house, when you go through these experiences, they're always watching you and they know every single step, you know. I always wanted to check my car and see if I'm getting tracked or something because they just know where I'm at every time I get close to a base, or they know who I am and all that. So the guy says, follow me, follow me. So I follow him into a location of the base. You know, this is one of the biggest bases in the world that I'd never been to. Okay, I never been to this location. And I saw in the distance, I start seeing a building, like a 3-story building, and it looks older, you know, no beautification. It looks older, you know, a miscellaneous building. And the guy tells me, hey, park over there. So I park my car, you know, I grab my keys, I grab my wallet, and I'm like, shucks, you know, what's going to happen? So you always have that behind your mind, what's going to happen. And he tells me, go towards the building. So I go to the building, right? And I see these 2 security guards, you know, military dress. And before I enter the building, they tell me, oh, give me your ID, give me your phone, give me your car keys. So I give him my phone, my car keys. I gave him my ID. They gave me my ID back. Just the ID. And they were in a bad mood. Like if they did not want to see me. These people that are in charge of these programs, they're always in a bad mood. Like they don't want to be there. And they're really strict. Like you cross the line with them, it's a no-go. You just, you know you're there. You have to comply. That's it. You don't comply, they take you somewhere else. You know, that's how it works. So you always have to comply, especially when you're inside the base. Respect the law inside the base. So they walk me into these double doors inside this building. And inside this building, it looks pristine. It looks clean. It looks like the corners are clean. Everything is white. Everything, the outside looks horrible. But inside these buildings, it was looking beautiful. And I entered and it smelled like you know when you enter a hospital and they do disinfection in the hospital? That's how this building smelled like. Okay? I entered and it was like entering the airport. They made me take off my shirt, but it's more intense. It's like entering the airport with TSA, but more intense. Like these people really check you. You know, they don't make you go butt naked, but they check you. They pat you down. They make you go through these double doors. They see everything. They make sure that you don't have no devices. And after you pass all these doors, right, you feel more calm because they know that you're not a threat. So they become more friendly after you pass all through this type of security. The people that secure the facility, they're more calm. Like, hey, you know. But still, I was waiting in line and I saw 6 other soldiers like my age in front of me. And I'm like, oh man. You know, I was talking to the guy behind me and I said, hey, you know, what's going on? And he did not want to talk. And I talked to the guy in front of me and he just looked at me like, and then he just kept looking forward. And I was like, man, what am I doing here? And I was the only talkative one there. I was nervous, you know, and I did not know what to do. And the security guard was like, hey, shut up. Be quiet. Don't talk no more. Like, calm down. This is good for you. And I was like, good for me. Like, inside my mind, I was like, it's good for you. And, you know, they give you a number. They have you wait. And I remember my number was like 35. And I had a number. And they were calling the people inside these rooms, but they were not coming out. They were not coming out. So they called my name. Once they called my name, I had to give my DOD number, my birthday and all that, and what unit I was before. And they ask you a bunch of questions. And behind your head is like, you always have like, why am I here? You know, you're always nervous about the situation and about the whole thing. And they gave me this stamp, right? I remember the stamp. I'll probably post it here. It was a triangle and it looked like 3D-ish and it had 3 stars around it. Around this triangle. And I looked at it and it was weird. But they gave me the stamp in order to come in. And I saw this doctor. He looked really different. He looked really different. He looked slinky. He looked really skinny. His body structure was not like ours. Okay? I remember seeing his legs were longer than his torso, but his arms were longer. He had a mask on, so I could not see his face, but he was pale. He was white as paper. Like, white. Super white. And I felt a sense of peace, but he looked like he knew what he was doing. You know, they took me into this room, and I was nervous. I was, you know, rocking up and down. The nurse started taking blood, right? And she kept taking blood. And I think she took like 3 tubes of blood. Then she kept taking blood out of me. A lot of tubes of blood. I don't know how much blood I got taken out, but it was to the point that I was feeling sick. I was feeling dizzy, and I was saying to myself, what's happening? Why are they taking so much blood? So she talked to the doctor, the weird looking doctor, and the doctor looked at her and started talking with each other. And I was like, okay, this is getting really weird, you know. The doctor came in and he started taking out blood in my other arm. So we got this nurse taking out blood from here, and the doctor was taking out blood from here. And I kept seeing tubes of blood. And I kept trying to talk to the doctor, but the doctor kept ignoring me and just doing his job. And I was just like this. And a lot of people were saying, why were you letting them take your blood? And I just go with the flow with these missions or these experiences. If you're always scared, it's not going to happen to you. You know, the experience won't happen. So I just let it flow. I know it could probably be my last day or it could be my last time, you know, but I just go with the flow and go through the experience. And I kept looking at the doctor and I was like blacking out. And I told the nurse, hey, I'm not feeling good. I'm blacking out. She was like, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. And then her eyes turned big and look at the doctor. And the doctor's eyes turned humongous. And I was like, oh, man. And I just started like blacking out. And I remember seeing a wheelchair. I was trying to get up. They were done, right? And I was trying to get up, but I kept like fainting back. So I remember sitting in the wheelchair. They sat me in the wheelchair. They was rolling me. I don't know how far I went because I know I was blacking out and coming back. And I don't remember how this was happening. So I was like dizzy and all that. And I blacked out and I ended up inside this huge sarcophagus looking thing. And I don't remember how I got there, right? And I start looking around and I was like, what's going on? And just like that, I know that's the garbage truck picking up my garbage, but I felt noises like that, like beepings and all that, and I was like looking up, and I could not move my hands, or I could not move my feet, and I was stuck in this sarcophagus looking bed, and it was huge. It was beautiful. So I was feeling a little bit better. Okay, I was feeling a little bit better inside this bed. I wasn't fainting. I was straightforward. I was laid down on the bed, and I was just feeling the bed. Like you could feel the vibration and the beautiful sensation of the bed. And a lot of people came up to me in different conferences saying, hey, how was the sensation of the bed? And I know there's a lot of different types of med beds, okay? But the one I was in, it was like connected with cables. I'm sure they have a type of AI that's connected to the bed that connects to your body and all that, because I felt cables connecting into the bottom part of my feet. Okay, these cables were connected. I don't know if it's connected with a type of, not glue, but like a tape or something. But I could feel the metal wires touching my feet, the bottom part of the feet, and it was vibrating. And the same thing with my hands. I could not move my fingers or nothing like that, but I felt wires on my hands. And yes, I was fading in and out of this experience. But the times that I was up, right, the times that I felt the whole bed, and I was feeling a vibration that was going up to my legs, right, and up through my arms and going through my neck and feeling it through my whole body, through my whole chest. And I remember analyzing the bed, and it had like a glass crystal that covered me. And I remember it being like this thick. And when you see through it, it's like a bluish haze color. Like if it had not liquid, but it's like a crystal, like a bluish white crystal glass. And it's like this thick. And I was inside, but the air was fresh. I'm like, okay, I'm getting good air. In my mind, I was analyzing everything that was happening to me. And I'm like, yes, I'm getting fresh air. Okay, I'm okay. The only thing that I'm worried about that I can't move my legs and I can't move my hands. I looked to the side. I couldn't move my neck. Well, I could move a little bit, but only to like my eyes, like this, right? And I looked to the left, to the right, and I also saw other beds closed up with people inside of them. And I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one in here. So if they do eliminate me, you know, they won't find me. They do eliminate me, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better. And I feel peace. And I was hearing my heart rate, and it was good. And this experience changed the way I see technology now, the things that we really have. This bed was vibrating my whole body. And then in the locations where I had injury, like my lower back, my right knee meniscus, parts of my head, my elbows, they were all burning. Like, I don't know if you had like Vicks, right? If you ever put Vicks on, when you put Vicks on, you feel that like burning sensation. That's what you feel, but with a vibrating sense. And I was feeling better. Like all the pain was going away. My lower back, my knees, and my eyes. Even my eyes started, I was seeing not blurry no more. I was starting to see blurry one eye, and even my eyes started seeing perfect. I don't know the time I was in this bed, but the time that I was there, that I was phasing in and out, was a beautiful sensation. It wasn't negative. It wasn't negative. And apparently, I got like 30% of what the bed can really do. I wish I could have had like 100%. And I was phasing in and out, and the cables, I did not feel them no more. I did not feel the cables. So, and sometimes that I was phasing in and out or blacking in and out of like, if I was like in a dream state or not, they took out the cables, or the bed itself connects the cables and takes them out. They open the bed. The bed opens up all in once, like it opens up, like it opens up, and I started moving my fingers, right? And I felt like a gel substance around my body. So apparently this gel substance helps the electricity or whatever with the pores of your body to help you regenerate. I think I was butt naked, but I had like a little covering me. I remember getting out from the bed, and when I went like this from the bed, right, you could feel the gel substance of the bed. And I looked to the bed, and I saw the other soldiers still inside the bed, or people inside the bed. And the bed was made like of marble, like an ancient looking marble. It was like a bluish gray white marble looking, like really nice. Like if it was like from ancient Rome or ancient Greek type of structure. And I was like, what the heck is this? What's going on? I could walk. I felt stronger. You know when you go to the gym and you work out and you get that pump? My whole body felt like I had a pump. My muscles was out a little bit more. My chest was out. It's like if I did a workout. And I felt like if I punched the wall, I could make a hole. A hole through the wall. You know? I felt like strong. So they take me out. They walk me out from this other door. And I passed through this security. I don't know if I said this in my update. This is new information. I passed through this other security doors. And I had my clothes on. I put my clothes on and everything. And I think I did use the bathroom. I think also the bed. They put like liquid inside of you. Somehow you breathe in, or the atmosphere inside the bed is different, and you feel like just going to the bathroom. Go pee-pee. So I used the bathroom. I went through this hall corridor looking thing, and I ended up in the back part with 2 security guards. They gave me my key back. They said enjoy. I'm like, huh, enjoy. I got in the car. I went to the commissary. I bought what I needed to buy. And I went back home. Like if nothing happened. And they told me, don't talk about this now unless they give you the green light. And the guy gave me the green light to talk about this. Okay? About these MEDBEDs. These MEDBEDs that the United States of America, the best country in the world, has. And not too long ago, the commander-in-chief, he posted something about MEDBEDs. So, this can change the world. But the technology that's inside, and I keep telling people, the technology that's inside these MEDBEDs is so advanced that if it falls in the wrong hands, it could be destructive. So for the security of this nation and also the world, we got to keep this in wraps for a little bit more, you know, until the military itself or the people in charge, the white hats, release it in the right way. But we will get this technology. This technology will come out. It won't be denied for the people. It might come out in different portions and different parts, but it will come out. But other technologies need to come out first, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So you need certain technologies to come out first in order for this MEDBEDs to come out. Because if the MEDBEDs come out first without disclosing these other technologies, it's going to be confusing for a lot of people and doctors. So we need certain technologies that involves quantum entanglement. It involves time and space. It involves contact. You know, we need this part to come out first before we get the beds in order to be good, in order to be happy. Okay, that's my full experience. Okay, I hope you liked it. And this hat, Alex gave it to me. Thank you, Alex. Much love, brother. Alex Collier. It's a beautiful hat. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, much love to you guys. AKURIA mate. AKURIA mate. JP out.
Sees within him the glow of 1,000 suns. Boots on the ground, but his heart flies away to the stars where silence hums. A soldier's destiny, where the cosmos is